Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Faithful Dawgs. I'm Ted of Ted Talks Ball, the Faithful, the 49er part. And this is Big Mike from the Man Cave 10. He's the Dogs part, the Dog Pound, Cleveland Browns. How you doing today, Mike?
Doing all right. Glad it was Friday for me because I'm off tomorrow. So
Oh, good for you. Living large. Man, it's weird. We're getting all this spotty rain here in March. And like today, it wasn't supposed to rain, and like I went out to like start loading the car to go ride bikes with my son this morning. All of a sudden everything's wet. It rained, and I look on the radar, and it's like all of NorCal is clear, and there's this one little line where I live in the Mid Peninsula, and like literally like San Francisco's dry, 25 miles north. San Jose's dry 25, and then you go 250 miles in either direction, and there's no rain. I'm like, wow, just cursed day for us rain wise. But hey, what are you gonna do? I dried out eventually, and got some good workout in, and had some fun with my son. So
that's all that matters.
It is. We made it back in one piece. I have this new carbon fork for my bike, but I got it on one of these drop ship companies. I won't say any names, but you never know about quality control, about something coming directly from mainland China. And so I'm just glad that it didn't. And I'm no lightweight person. I'm down from 330. I'm down to about 305.
Oh yeah.
So I'm happy to report at least one successful pump track outing with it. So we'll see how it goes. But got some folks here in the audience. Let's be sure we say hi. Oh, it's busy. Got Jimmy Perez. He's saying, sup, Ted and Mike. What's up, Jimmy? Thanks for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Yeah, everybody, we're streaming to both channels. So if you're on TED Talks Ball, get over to Man Cave 8172. Give Mike a like and subscribe. The link is in the description of the show. So you got no excuses, just one click away. You don't even have to remember any names or numbers. If you're watching on a browser, go ahead and open up two browsers and watch us both at the same time. I'm doing that as we speak. Helps us out. Get those view hours up. So what else we got? We got CarCast in the house. He has his own channel saying, yo, make sure you check him out. Give him a like and subscribe. I think he's up over 500 subs. So he's got to be catching up with me before too long. I've been pretty flatline with my subscribers lately. Red Jet Shell in the chat saying, what's up, chat? What's up, Shell? Great to see you. Like and sub both channels. Yes, please. Happy Thursday. Indeed. Dave McNiner, he has his channel too, so check him out. Saying, what up, Ted? McNuevo. Love that guy. He's awesome. Opening day, y'all follow baseball. So, Mike, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
This is like a can of corn being pitched to you right here, isn't it?
Yeah, I follow it somewhat. My guy I do cheap seats with on Saturday, he's a huge baseball fan, so we're doing a big opening show tonight at 7:30 on my YouTube channel. Again, at the Man Cave 8172. Come join, do predictions, talk about whatever team you like, all that other good stuff.
CarCast, let Mike how much you know. Let him know how much you want him to send him. Checks in the mail. So that you teed that one up perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Jesus M in the house. Overpay Purdy. Say goodbye to Dre, Ward, Jennings, Ayuk, Banks. Well, all right. Well, Jesus, we'll get back to that. Let's just get through the chat real quick here. But we will definitely
He's in it fast, man.
We'll definitely come back to that. The freaking Yankees down 4 runs right now. Oh man.
Yeah, the Astros are whooping on them.
Oh, there you go. Are they banging on trash cans?
Yeah, they're giving away, doing all the signs.
Shaking my head. And college QBs are more prepared now because of film, more coaches, strength and conditioning, stadiums, etc. So QB will be more available on the draft that are better prepared. Okay. All right. But yet still we moved heaven and earth to move up to picked Trey Lance. How did that work out? How did Mac Jones work out? How's Justin Fields worked out? I mean, let's be honest. Trevor Lawrence, he's pretty disappointing for a number 1 overall pick. So none of those cats worked out. And that was just a couple years ago in 2021, 3 years ago, I guess. Has it really been that long? That's crazy. So, yeah, while we're talking about quarterbacks, let's circle back to Jesus M here. Overpay Purdy, say goodbye. Now, look, it's funny because I was on with Raj on Monday, and I said, I don't see us paying him 60 mil, but I said if he wanted a Danny Jones type contract, Danny Dimes, 40 mil, that might work. And like the next day, they're talking about Daniel Jones's number. Jed York was at the owner's meeting. I'm like, oh God, I'm so good. So I don't know. It depends on what you consider an overpay, Jesus, but you got to pay him something if you're going to keep him around as your franchise QB. You can't just pay him, Jimmy G money or Sam Darnold money, So
I see him getting about 40 million. I could definitely see that. That's definite.
Yeah, I know, or more. I mean, and he's got all season in 2024 to up the ante, to show why he's worth more. So no reason to think that he can't. We got Bryant Culp in the house. Everybody make sure you check out his channel. Also his wife, Tony, doing great stuff. Bryant is like the lover of lost souls, reclamation projects, special teams players, kickers who can't kick. You name it. He loves them all.
He came over. He was on my show Sunday. Him and his wife. They was on there talking.
I've never streamed with Tony. I'm jealous. No, you beat me to it.
But she was just chat. She was in the chat. She wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, she does a weekly women's Fernandez women's roundtable. I think it's last I knew it was Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific. So correct me if I'm wrong now, Bryant. Trevor Lawrence hair makes it.
Hey, good old sunshine, man.
And
sunshine.
And he's a nice guy. So he's
a nice guy. Nice kid.
Here, legit. He's always something with Bryant Culp. El Capitan Refuco. Salute, fellas.
Raph.
What's up, Raph? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Lance was a high schooler playing NFL who survived in Patriots. Desperate teams may. Desperate. Yeah, I mean, Lance's story is still unwritten, but every year that goes by, it gets tougher and tougher to break out of the sort of cage that he's been put in. Who knows, though? Cowboys didn't extend Dak, so.
They weren't going to. Dak and McCarthy are
both
gone next year.
Lance,
that's the end of that.
I don't think it's for Trey Lance. I think they're looking for somebody else.
Oh, they'll look the new coach will come in and they'll make decisions.
Yeah. Brian says smash the like button, everyone. Thank you. Helps us get into the algorithm. What the F? 40 million Niners are doomed like Seattle overrated Russ Wilson. I mean, well, Seattle didn't pay Russ. The Broncos paid Russ. Seattle paid Gino 37.5.
What's the problem with that is what do you want to pay Purdy then?
Yeah, Purdy's worth 5 more than Gino. Come on.
Well, Gino got 35 total. He didn't get 35 a year.
Oh, I thought he got 35 a year.
No, he just got it. That was a total thing. There ain't no way Gino getting 35 a year.
I could swear it was Danny Dimes 40.
Danny Dimes did get 40.
Derek Carr 37.5.
Derek Carr got that.
And Gino 35.
Nah, maybe. I thought
I didn't think it was 1 year, and and the other wasn't guaranteed. I guarantee you there was 1 year he made. Well, let's look it up.
But to me, Purdy's better.
Track, right?
Purdy's better than Danny Dimes. He's better than Derek Carr. I mean, so I don't know why paying him and what they're making isn't a problem. Quarterbacks are getting paid high now, no matter who they are.
Okay, so it was 3 years, 75. So that's 25.
All right, so it was about 20 something.
25 annual. Guaranteed. So total guaranteed 40. But yeah, it's 25 average annual. All right, it wasn't 35.
I'm cool. The 40 doesn't. I don't know. The 40 doesn't make it bad for me.
No, especially if he improves, which we have every reason to assume that Brock Purdy will improve when he's not like getting UCL surgery in March and rehabbing all the way up till practically training camp.
Yeah.
He's going to have an actual offseason to help improve, to go over the playbook, to build chemistry with our weapons. So, yeah. Or, yeah. We all need someone to believe in us. That's true.
That's right, Brian. Everybody needs somebody, and you're that guy. And I appreciate that a lot.
Finder of lost puppies. Brian Colt. Red Jet Show, like it's thanks, Red Jet. Appreciate it. Trevor is a great guy. Oh man. The Niners just draft QB mid round. Somebody will drop like Aaron Rodgers dropped. But Rodgers didn't drop to mid rounds, he dropped to late first round.
Yeah, he was supposed to go in the top 5 and he went down to 20.
Or 26.
Yeah, 26. It was still in the 20s, whatever. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you can find that luck. Like Seattle luckily found Russell Wilson in the 3rd round. I mean, you can find guys like that. It's just not something that happens. Brock Purdy, 7th round, last pick of the draft. They found a guy. I don't know why you're mad about this. No matter what quarterback they find mid rounds, they're going to have to pay that dude eventually. So Jesus, you're saying literally draft a quarterback, hope he's good, and then when his rookie contract is up, get rid of him and draft another one so you never pay the quarterback ever any money is what your logic is pretty much saying.
But you're not going to hit on quarterbacks drafted late.
Exactly. You're not.
It doesn't happen.
It's rare.
Once a generation. Once in a generation. But there's a reason why all these people put all this stock in draft rankings.
I mean, what Dak was in the 4th round or something like that too. Dak's a great regular season quarterback.
Dak fell because he got a DUI right before the draft too, though. So that definitely hurt him. Daniel Bray Sports Highlights in the house. Check out his channel, everyone. He is a Rams fan, but he's pretty cool. And as a Rams fan, if I was a Rams fan, I'd be pretty stoked that my team just signed Darius Williams, Tre'Davious White, and Cam Curl from the Commanders, a very underrated safety. He was second in tackles the year they played us a year or two ago on their team, on the Commanders team. 3 big pickups for the Rams secondary. I like the moves the Rams are making. They fixed their O-line, fixed their secondary. 2 things the Niners absolutely have not done in this offseason thus far.
I feel like there's still a lot of potential out there, though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good safeties, a lot of good corners still out there.
Buda Baker, my crush.
Buda's out there. Justin Simmons is still out there. You got Micah Hyde still out there.
Dory Jackson.
Yeah, Dory Jackson. There's some good players still out there.
When Raj said J.C. Jackson, I was like, no, wrong Jackson. We want a Dory Jackson. Pay Brock 49. I kind of like that, Red Jet. 49 mil for Brock Purdy. And like I said, he could justify that this season if he keeps improving. I don't think he'll improve as dramatically as he did from 2022 to 2023 because his deep ball improved incredibly, and then also he peeled off a lot of long runs that he didn't do in 2022 to the point where in the NFC Championship game versus the Lions, they were dropping 2 safeties deep, and one of the guys left in the box was spying Purdy. I'm like, that's my thing. That's what I thought only Lance could do of our quarterbacks, and if Purdy can do that, awesome. That's all I really want from not all I want, but it just shows that you're threatening deep and that you can threaten with your legs, and then you're paying 10 on 9 then basically, right? Because the quarterback isn't a weapon. Well, I guess he is in that case, but you're playing 11 on 9 essentially instead of 11 on 11. It gives you big advantages when one guy's out of the box and one of the guys in the box can't look at anybody but your QB.
What the whole thing is like you said, Purdy's got a whole nother year before this contract really needs to be negotiated.
Or it can be.
Yeah, like you can make everything else happen and then restructure deals and move it around. I mean,
Yeah, just
you can
look at
pay your
Jalen
quarterback
Hurts.
and still have. Look at Deshaun Watson. We're paying this man outrageous amount of money, but everybody else is being restructured. We
Yeah,
kept players. We still have players. Our defense has stayed intact, and we added to it. We traded and got Jerry Jeudy, then extended him. But for this year, we restructured his deal and took the 10 million and moved it and put it in incentives.
yeah, and like you look at the Jalen Hurts contract, you have this big deal, and like it doesn't really start to hurt the Eagles until I want to say 2026, or for sure not till 2025. So just because you sign a big deal that year doesn't mean it hurts you for a few more years. So I think we still got
You
a
guys,
2 to 3 year window at least with young Brock Purdy. So before it really starts to nip us. Yes, Russell Wilson overpay him. The Broncos overpaid. He got 2 bogus contracts. Huh.
he got paid.
Yeah. Someone was saying that Lamar didn't care about winning Super Bowls on the timeline, because he got this big contract or whatever. I'm like, look, man, when you are putting your current and future well-being on the line every time you step on the field, like you have every right to get paid fair market value. And like really, like what quarterback besides Tom Brady has ever not taken what they're worth? I mean, they all get what they're worth. Maybe Mahomes is starting to do it a little bit, but so you could say Brady and Mahomes, but like most other quarterbacks, they get what they can while they can, as you should as a football player. Like
Mahomes getting paid outrageous money.
none of these people saying you're overpaid are gonna be there to help you out if you get hurt. They're not gonna be there paying your bills or sending your kid to college or buying a house or anything you need to do. So I said, don't let that worry you too much. Got all things football from a lady's perspective.
What's up, Sonia?
What's up, Sonia? Nice to see you. Hi, have a great show. Sharing. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, she does her own show and she does great work.
Nice. Outstanding. Well, I have to get her on sometime. Purdy will lose all help because they will ask high dollars. I mean, eventually he will lose some help, but with our core, it's really less a matter of paying them as it is them aging out. They're starting to get old. And, Trent Williams is 37, 38, whatever he is. And Kittle's 30, 31. Fred Warner's pushing up on 30. I would say Armstead, but he's gone now. He was starting to get old.
So they're going to have to be making moves anyways to change the team out. This ain't going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have this next year with everybody, and then things are going to have to switch up anyways.
That's how I feel about O-line. Draft them early, and they are good. Yeah, definitely. O-line, you gotta go. Occasionally, you get your like Trey Smith for Kansas City, who is a 6th-round guy, but he only fell because there was like blood clot issues or something, or like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah for you guys because he had like a heart condition supposedly, that cleared up right after the draft or whatever.
Yeah, he's a monster. That dude is something else.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's a reason why people go high in the draft. And I'm not saying that people don't miss high in the draft. They do, but less often than late in the draft, for sure. It's a QB-friendly league. They are pampering QB, so QB will be more comfortable. They're pampering everybody a little bit by the no drop tackle rule. What do you think about that one, Mike?
I'm just waiting for him to bring the flags out and start putting that on players because this is starting to be like basketball. The NBA has gotten so soft where you're scoring 115 points a game. That's an average now. That's crazy. Like back in the day, it was like 70, 80 points. You were playing some defense. You were putting bodies on people. You were able to play defense. Now you can't. So tell me right now, you go to tackle Derrick Henry, you're just going to let go of him because at some point he's going to be past you and you're going to be a hit tackle. I don't know how they're going to stop it. They're just going to there's going to be like a million flags a day. Every game is going to be a million flags because I feel like when you try to take down somebody, it's always going to turn into that. Just like it was rough for a while when they said above here flag and right below the waist flag. Like, holy shit, you got literally just that big of a window to hit somebody or the
Yeah.
quarterback. That's crazy.
No, it's sad to see every time these things happen for sure. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say except for
Injuries
just
are going to happen.
the sissification of football. It marches on, and it's a bummer for sure. I mean, it's a bummer people getting injured by it too, and I understand the NFL wants to put the best product out there. But yeah, you talk about the NBA getting soft, and then I automatically think of my Warriors and how unsoft Draymond Green is. Now he got ejected again from another game last
Yeah, so
night.
you're going to have players like that. Like the Cavs got Marcus Morris. He did something similar. Within first quarter, he put his elbow right through somebody's throat.
Yeah,
But I
4 minutes into the game. I think Steph's finally had enough of it though. So and Draymond is my guy. Like when I have a Warriors jersey up over the Rice jersey, it's a Draymond Green jersey. But I tell you, even the last suspension he got where it was indefinite, I was pretty much tired of him by then. And now I think I've really
I
had it
thought he
with
was
him.
gone. When all that came down, I was like, this dude is gone.
He'll get suspended again over this for sure. I think for sure, but we'll see. Sonia's saying Micah and Adoree. I guess that's for the Browns, though, probably, right? That's what.
No, she's just saying that.
Oh, she was fire. Yeah.
Micah Hyde and Adoree Jackson.
Yeah. The only thing with Micah Hyde, he's a little old. I think he's 31 or 32. But, he's still a big hitter. And both of those Bills safeties are really good. Jordan Poyer and Mike, but I think Poyer got signed already. So, at Man Cave, it's QB league. So yes, keep the QB position low pay unless we find Mahomes and Purdy. No Mahomes.
Listen, Jesus, there's not going to be another Mahomes like this. You can't look at it like that. Well, if it ain't Mahomes, if it ain't Brady, we're not paying nobody. You can't. That's not how this NFL works. That's not how this league works. They pay everybody, but the problem is just, hey, he doesn't, like Dak saying something about 60, they're not going to extend him. Dak doesn't deserve 60. Purdy doesn't deserve 60. I put him in the 40 mil range. 35 to 40 mil right there. Bam. That's his home right now. Now, I'll tell you right now, he leads them to a Super Bowl, does some great things. Give him some money. I get there, and they are pampering the QB. Why? Who controls the game? Who touches the ball every play on offense? The QB. He dictates what happens, so he does need to be pampered. He's the one that does everything. Unless you got a stud, a star, a bona fide star like CMC, that's the only other guy that needs to be paid. I'm not giving Ayuk some crazy ass money. He's a great receiver, but there are an abundance of great receivers. Debo, great receivers, but there's an abundance of great receivers. You got the Jet, you got Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams. Those guys are another level. CeeDee Lamb, another level. But you can't sit here and say you can't pay quarterbacks when they're worth it. All that dude does is win. That's all Purdy does.
No doubt about it. I'm with you. He says Purdy has Toyota money, so there. Like, and every other quarterback doesn't have ad money. I mean, they do. He's not the only one to have ad money, and it doesn't preclude him from getting paid. But I think, Jesus, is this your money or Jed's money? That's my question for you, because it seems almost like it's coming out of your wallet the way you act like about it. I don't know.
I get why he's saying what he's saying, because he rather the team spread the money around and have stars or significant players at every position, and I totally understand that. But that's not going to happen in this day and age, and it never will ever again, unless they shut all this shit down and restructure it all. So we're not going to have that. You're going to be paying everybody. The salary cap will go up, and that's how it works. That's just how it changed. Like salary cap went up 30 mil. That's why it changed. That's why things, people were able to do things. That's why the GM has a job to restructure and make deals and do what he needs to do to make sure the money's right for everybody, bring in the best talent for what he can. Ted disappeared. But I mean, that's just how I look at that with the whole Purdy situation or any quarterback. I mean, there are quarterbacks out there that are getting like Daniel Jones does not need to be paid $40 million. They just threw that at him for whatever reason, and then he sucked, got hurt. That dude does not need 40 mil. That dude's like a Geno. You in the high 20s, 28, low 30s, maybe. Like, he's not a $40 million quarterback. I don't think any of these quarterbacks besides Mahomes is $60 million. Not one of them. Nobody. I mean, Joey B is literally another injury away from being injury prone. And that's the end of that. Because he's only played 2 full seasons out of all the time he's been here.
Sorry about that. My wife is going to the car wash.
Oh, you're good.
I
I
have
didn't know
all kinds of
that.
junk in the car, including like an Amazon return that's not real heavy in a box. And I'm just thinking, oh, they're going to throw it away. So I had to run out and sort things out. But thank you for covering. You're right. Joe Burrow is even one. I mean, is Joe Burrow already
2 full seasons so far? If he gets injured again, that's the label.
No,
and
I was saying, does he even get again? Is he already injury prone?
If he gets hurt again this coming up year, then that's the end of it. That's for me. That's
you can lord it over your Bengals fans. It must be a pretty intense rivalry between Browns and Bengals since you're both.
Dude, I told him already. As soon as he went down, and Jake Browning started doing what he did, I said, "All right, trade Joe Burrow to the Vikings." He's like, "What?" I go, "They need a quarterback. Trade him. Get Justin Jefferson. They might equal out right there. They might just make that dead even trade. They Justin Jefferson,
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson,
and you got Jake Browning throwing the ball, and that's all you need is an average
Higbee. They lost Boyd, right? But they're going to lose Higbee too, though, isn't he?
Well, Boyd's not picked up by anybody. Higgins is franchise, so he's there.
Okay.
But to be honest, if I'm them, I'd take Higgins, that 18th pick, trade them, move up in the draft, and grab one of these young receivers. Or take that 18th pick, because the Vikings got the 11th and the 23rd.
Yes.
Right? They're going to use both those, move up into the top 5, get their quarterback.
Yes.
Take Higgins and that 18th pick and maybe a second rounder or something. Trade that and say, give us Jefferson. You could have Higgins, a first round pick, another first round pick back, and a second round pick. And you got Chase. You got everybody then.
Yeah, no, that's huge. It's funny. I was on with some Vikings content creators because, they picked up Sam Darnold, and their GM or coach or whoever was like, "Oh yeah, we're fine with Sam." I'm like, liar, lies.
They're trading up. They're gonna get Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I was like, I said either before or during the draft, y'all are gonna move up for a QB. And then the next day or the day after, they got that other first round pick. And he goes, "Give me a silver lining if Sam Darnold starts for us this season." I said, silver lining is y'all are going to have a really good draft pick in 2025.
Yeah, they're going to move up. They'll get Jaden. I think the Broncos make a move. It seems like Sean Payton's in love with J.J. McCarthy. That move may happen.
Interesting. I think Harbaugh wants J.J. McCarthy too.
He's not getting rid of Herbert. That ain't happening.
Red Jet says Toyota is $1 billion company and industry. To be fair, though,
talking about Toyota money.
Yeah, Draymond, gun Draymond. Yeah, I used to say that, Shell, but I don't know. I'm not gonna put up with Draymond anymore. So that's just the way it is. I've had enough.
I get
antics.
It's time to blow that whole team up.
Yeah, but they won't.
Hang on, Clay. Keep Steph, because that's your cornerstone of your organization. You keep him, let him ride out, and then you just get whatever you can to come back with the other pieces and work your way back again.
She says Steph tried, but has finally had enough. Yeah, he kicked a chair last night, apparently. So I think.
Oh yeah. They
I think that
won.
had imaginary Draymond face on it. He did
Well, they
it.
won, and then after it showed Draymond saying, "Hey, thanks for holding it down," and he apologized to Steph, but
And apparently Steph cried too, so that's not never good. So yeah, no bueno. No, they're not gonna blow it up though. They will. Clay and Dre will be there till the bitter end because they got the
I
4
think they're
rings.
going after this year.
I mean, that would be the smart move. I just don't
Yeah.
think it's. I just think the Bay Area is willing to. Their fans are like, yeah, we want to. We
Just
want them.
be average.
We just don't want. They don't want to send them off, ship them off. Like we were so used to it with Montana, Lott, Roger Craig.
Yeah.
So many great Bay Area greats getting shipped off, and before they were really over the hill.
Yeah.
And these guys are over the hill, but I think people that's nostalgia. The Warriors were dog shit for so long. I mean, from 1975 till we had the one We Believe where we knocked off the Mavs.
Yeah.
When they were highly ranked, we were the 8 and they were the 1 in the West. But other than that, it was 30 years of just irrelevance. So I think people are just really nostalgic about it, and they're just like, hey, whatever, we'll take a few bad years. We don't want to send anybody off the wrong way. They all deserve statues and blah blah blah. So I don't know.
Give them statues, but send them the hell off.
I would love it. I'm not that nostalgic myself. I'd rather see good basketball.
I'm not saying don't give them statues or do props, but I mean, shit.
Here we are. We're like, you think we might make the 10 seed? See,
that's the problem. You go be the playing guys. I mean, the West has got so many squads just hammering to get in. There's a lot of teams over there, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got no length. They got no height on this team. They never have, but now they're old and little, and it's just different. It's it's by Pampa QB, because we'll see who's far better or faster. Okay. Bryant Culp says the center touches the ball.
They do pay them centers, man.
That's true.
Got paid well.
He can't snap it to himself. Bryant, the lover of special teams, backup QBs, and centers. Yes. Got the Audible Sportscast in the house, giving us
what's going on, Bobby.
A little peace sign. What's up, Bobby? Thank you. BO to the Vikings.
Talking about Bo Nix. Listen, I think that'd be a hell of a thing too, but I don't think he gets picked until the second round. Unless the Raiders decide to grab him with their first round pick.
Speaking of the draft, I said something about draft crushes on Faithful Dogs, and my thumbnail was of Brock Bowers from Georgia. That would kind of be my draft crush. Do you have a draft crush for the Browns? Like someone you're like, oh, if they picked this person, I'd be so happy. I mean, obviously for the Niners, I really want a right tackle too, but barring that, a really good tight end would help out the tackle a lot too, I think, who could block and catch. And Kittle's no spring chicken anymore either.
I mean, we don't really have any damn draft picks, but I like Xavier Leggett from South Carolina, the wide receiver. I like Malachi Corley.
Is Leggett the one they're saying is the next Debo? Is he that the one?
Yeah, Malachi's the next Debo is I think what they're saying.
Okay.
He's the yak god. They call him.
All right, there you go. Jesus wants to know who will Shedeur pick to play for, or who will pick Shedeur Sanders?
No, it's who will Shedeur pick to play for, because Deion already said that there's a list of teams he will not allow Trevor, Henry, and Shedeur go to. So they're going to do the Eli thing, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous. 100% ridiculous.
Is he even that good, though? He's not.
I think Shedeur is great.
Okay.
I think he's going to be great. I think this year will be better for him, but I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
But
he's got the arm. He doesn't run.
Top 1.
The thing is, I think he should be able to run. If he runs more, I think he would have his stock would go through the roof. But I think he'll be one of the 1 or 2 quarterbacks picked next year.
Interesting. Okay. It's time to light the beam. Asking for is it time?
It's time to light the
I think
beam.
he said, "Is it?" Because he says asking for a friend. Sacramento Kings, they played us tough in the playoffs last year. I thought they would come up this year, but it sounds like they haven't really done that.
They're being kosher. I mean, they'll be in the playoffs.
I
Kings will
like
be in.
Darren Fox.
Sabonis is having triple doubles.
I don't like Sabonis at all. He was a little dirty.
Well, he's a baller right now. He's doing triple doubles, doing his thing, man. The dude's balling.
Who's the other guy? The other
Malik Monk is on that team
Monk.
now.
Well, that's what I
He's
like.
a baller too.
Monk is really fun to watch. And
And it's funny, no one wanted to pay the guy. No one even called him. The Kings just got him for almost nothing.
That's crazy. Yeah, they were impressive last year. I liked when I saw it of them.
They had no defense, but they could score at will.
They reminded me of a young Warriors team, yeah. Like when Steph and Clay first started to get going before we got Draymond. I'm done with Draymond. Also, enough is enough. You're repping this team. Be an adult, dude. It's not hard. Yeah, I think he's just lost. He said he was going to be different. It's the same old Draymond. It's the same old Draymond. Jason, Captain Niner Massey, saying hello for Faithful. That's hello Faithful in Samoan. Welcome, Jason. Thanks for being here. Check out his channel, everyone. Give him a like, give him a subscribe. Ted Facts Warriors were bad for a long time. Oh man, terrible. I mean, so bad that we rarely made the playoffs. So like I got to follow a lot of the best teams because my team was always out of it. So I followed the Showtime Lakers. I followed the Jordan Bulls. Then I kind of got out of basketball for a while. I wasn't really big in like the Kobe Shaq era. I just didn't care for them much. So just kind of didn't follow basketball since then. And Allen Iverson, all that, didn't pay as much attention back then. Everybody's just saying hi. We got Bobby saying, "Whoa, Ted," acting like TMC era didn't exist. No, that's when I, really started following the Warriors. So for people who don't know, it was Run TMC.
Yeah.
And it was Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris.
My boy. I love Mitch Rich.
Mitch was exciting for sure. Tim had the killer crossover. I think he was the first to really master that move. And Chris Mullen was a crazy shooter. I think he was out of St. John's. Was right to college. Really good for a white boy for sure. But the thing about Run TMC was Run TMC, but where's the D, man? There's no D in that. There was no D on that team, those teams. And so very different than the Warriors championship teams where a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the Warriors scoring ability to score is because they were able to D up and get turnovers and get fast breaks and, get easy buckets based on defense.
Yep.
And a lot of that was Andre Iguodala, right? Early on, like that was a huge catalyst for that team to beat LeBron. Also, the injuries, of course, to Kyrie and to Jordan Love didn't hurt either. But I love me some TMC. But like I said, I just wish they had a little more D and some more playoff wins, and playoff appearances, playoff wins. But no, I mean, that's when I first started watching. First went to the Coliseum to watch them play. It was fun. It was loud. Shadur Solid put him in the Vikings team. Lions, damn, watch out. All right.
Listen, the Vikings, they're going to draft a quarterback this year, so he ain't going to go to that team. But dude, if the Lions were high enough, if something happened to the Lions and they were able to get him, that'd be a hell of a situation. I would, with those weapons there, whew.
Yeah, they got some good ones for sure. The Kings are a great team. I mean, they're really fun to watch. I mean, they kind of remind me, like I said, of like early, Steph and Clay or Run TMC. Really great offense, just not a lot of D going on in Sacramento.
No one plays defense anymore because you get fouled. It's
No
fouls all the
D,
time.
no D in the beam.
When you're averaging the league average is 115. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. Shell says Keegan Murray. That's their call every time he hits a shot.
Yeah, good old Keeg.
He's good. He's good. Yeah. So, all right. Enough about basketball. Come on. This is NFL. We're just talking about how the NFL is getting too close to basketball, and that was not a good thing that we were saying that.
Hey, go to the next comment.
I mean, what do you think Shooter will be America's quarterback?
Listen, that could happen. He could play for
Take
Dallas.
over for Patty?
That could happen. He goes and plays in Dallas. Woo.
Oh,
America's quarterback.
Oh, God, no. Please, no. Not if he's as good as you say.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's got some pieces around him. Ooh.
What do you think about Kyle Shanahan saying he's cool with the Niners O-line? You think that's like the same as the Vikings saying they're cool with Sam Darnold?
Yes. There is no way in hell he's cool with the damn O-line.
I sure hope not. Man.
There is no way in hell he is cool with that shit. Because if he really is, then he's mistaken, or he's looking at it like, I'm going to pay everybody else and not worry about the O-line.
I don't know. I see like McVay revamped the Rams O-line. They're looking really solid.
Yeah.
If not better, like almost, I don't want to say elite, but they're looking more than solid. And then you hear like Harbaugh coming into the Chargers. He's like, O-line.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, Kyle. I know you're brilliant, but like you got to have the horses, Just like on defense, you got to have the horses. I think on O-line you do too. The scheme can help, but, man, you can't just have like guys off the trash heap, starting. And that's really what we got. And literally Feliciano was a free agent. And, McKivitz, he's like a 5th-round draft pick, and we paid him $7 million. You don't pay a starting offensive tackle $7 million a year. I'm sorry, you just don't. Not smart teams don't.
Well, I mean, nowadays you can. We just had to restructure Jed Willis's contract. His last year of his rookie contract, he was about to make $11 million.
Oof. Well, that's different, a rookie contract than. This is like free, market money.
You got to think the Bengals had the trash line forever, and now they just finally started solidifying it the last 2 years.
Jason says, if we're going to talk about another sport, at least talk about a sport that hits, hockey.
They are the one sport that does hit. Everybody's allowed to do whatever in that sport.
I mean, definitely not professional wrestling, that's for sure.
I mean, WWE's entertainment. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I saw a show recently about Ric Flair, and I never knew all this stuff about him.
It's crazy what you learn.
Yeah, somehow I missed it all. I was more of like a Hulk Hogan guy, and I wasn't really much of a wrestling guy, to be honest. But I knew more about Hulk Hogan because obviously the Rocky movie.
Yeah, he's big, yeah.
Yeah. But man, what a career that guy had. He was like a wrestler for frickin' ever. Incredible.
Look, you ever
in his 50s, wasn't he? I mean, that's insane.
Dude, he was probably older than that. He still goes to shows and gets in the ring now. He just doesn't wrestle, but he'll smack someone around and shit.
Oh, so good. So
listen,
good.
You know who the Von Erichs?
No.
Back then, they were big. They were a big name. They were fighting Flair and shit way back in the day. It's a movie called Iron Claw. It's about them and the brothers and all that had happened. You might like it.
All right, I'll check it out. I was watching that. Like I said, the Ric Flair thing is amazing. Like he was just so flamboyant and woo, yeah, it was awesome. I love
the Nature Boy.
Nature Boy. Yeah.
Hey, Jesus. To be honest, I would love that too. And I think his dad, Deion would love him being coach with Antonio Pierce over there. If Devontae Adams is still there and they solidify a couple more weapons on that offense, even though Jacoby Myers, Mike Mayer, Running back, you need to do something at running back because
they lost Josh Jacobs.
they really got trash, I think, over there now.
But running back's pretty easy to retool. That's one of the easiest positions for sure.
Yeah.
Draft 2 live first round because this class is solid.
Oh, yeah. There is offensive linemen up and down. And
so, Jesus, where are we getting the second pick? Is that from Ayuk?
I mean,
or moving up. I mean, or like use our first and some of those other picks for 2025 first and some other picks to move up into the first.
I mean, you could. I think you could still get one in the second. To be real, because I think how they're talking about the Browns getting a tackle in the second round. That boy from Yale. I can't even say his name, but I don't know. There's linemen all up and down this draft.
Interesting. Ron Culp says trash made it to the Super Bowl. Which trash? I don't know. I'm missing this here. I know he's not talking about our Niners. Hard to call the Chiefs trash.
No, he's got to be. Maybe he's thinking about Russell Wilson.
Flair just had a match a few months ago.
Yes, he was in AEW. He was in there and he was chopping the shit out of somebody. And he was at an Impact too. He shows up. Like Sting, you remember Sting from back in the day?
Yeah. He
just retired, just had his last match a couple weeks ago.
Wow. And they wrestled a lot, Sting.
And he was still wrestling, like wrestling.
Wow. It's impressive. Even though it's not real, it's still not easy on your body. Well, what was crazy about the Ric Flair thing was like the party. Like he was just like drinking morning, noon, and night. Like, I mean, it's just wild. The doctor's like, no, you can't drink 10 beers a day every day, 7 days a week. And that was way more than 10 beers. It was like 10 beers before 5 cocktails.
Yeah, they would do that before they went in there and wrestled.
Yeah.
They get all hammered and then go out there and wrestle.
Crazy. That's funny. Jesus trade a third and fourth and next year's first. Yeah, no, that could do it.
He said trade a third and a fourth round next year for another first round this year.
No, you need a lot more than that, he says. Because a third and a fourth next year is basically like a fourth and a fifth.
Well, the third this year and a fourth next year, which I don't know about that.
No, because if you pull a draft pick, like basically if we use our first round pick for next year, it would be about the value of a second round pick this year. So then you still need to add something to get into the first. And that would just be the top of, the end of the first. To get low in the first, you need a lot. You'd probably need to trade some players too to do that. There you go. Saying hi to Bobby. McNuevo. Hogan ain't got S on Flair. Hogan was just talk. Flair walk the walk and talk the talk in real life and in the ring. Yeah, he's like I said, I was really impressed by the movie.
Hogan was the specimen of what you wanted in a wrestler, and Flair was the mouth.
Yeah.
That dude went out there and he put on a show.
Yeah.
But Hogan was that guy. He knew how to get the crowd in, and Flair was just a guy that would talk shit. Whether he was a heel or a good guy, that man was what it was.
There you go. Opening day.
Yeah. Opening day, 7:30. No Mercy Sports, 7:30. Cheap Seats are putting on a show at the Man Cave, 8172, or on my Facebook. It'll be live at 7:30. We have a big baseball show coming up.
Thanks for stopping by, Jesus. It's great to see you.
Oh, yeah, always, Jesus.
Well, we go live every Thursday at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern.
Yeah.
But like Mike was saying, he's going to be live this evening.
Oh, yeah, I got a show at 7:30 tonight, yeah.
And then I'm sure he'll do some stuff this weekend, too.
Oh, yeah.
I got Raj on Mondays at 1:30. Hopefully Bash back on Friday soon. I got Ryan back on Tuesday. He got a new job. He's working 8 to 5, and that's my streaming hours. and then he figured out he could go in an hour early and take a 2-hour lunch. So we're doing Tuesdays at 11:40 Pacific, 2:40.
Oh, there you go.
So, yes. And then Aaron kind of flirted with coming back. We did a show yesterday, but he's not sure if he wants to come back fully or if he may come back as a heel himself. He's not happy with the 49ers.
All the hate.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean, it's frustrating, I mean, I know. It's like you're like cry me a river.
Yeah, I mean, tell me it's frustrating when you're going 1-15, 0-16, and shit like that.
Or never been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, or never even see. Yeah, we sniffed it a couple times with Bernie, but yeah, we ain't never been there.
Hulk Hogan has problems walking. I don't doubt it. It's tough on your body, and he's a big guy. He might have trouble walking just due to his size.
He was just at a Comic-Con. He was
straight up. He's draft stock. Ambry Thomas, Elijah Mitchell. Honestly, not sure how to help they would, but I mean, Elijah Mitchell. We got him in the 6th round. I can't imagine we get more than a 6th round pick for him. Ambry Thomas,
right? You don't have to do all this trading up back in the 1st. Maybe move up in the 2nd, move further up in the 2nd to grab it, but you don't gotta do all that craziness.
No, I think for the guy we want, you got to be top 15. I think if you want because you're thinking about a right tackle who can come in and be better than McKivitz, and we do need that. But we also kind of, at the same time, need someone who can take over when Trent Williams retires. And so, I don't know if there's even anybody like that in this draft, but if there is, they're going to go awfully early. So that's sort of the thing, is that we're kind of looking at not just right tackle, but
you trying to jump all the way
up to left
first.
What's that?
Yeah. You trying to jump all the way up into the 1st round, higher in the 1st.
Yeah, top.
You take 10. That first. You take that first. Take Ayuk in your 2nd. You probably jump up in there.
There you go. Cubs spoil the Rangers. Interesting. Opening day. Go Giants, go. Yeah, I heard, Shasky on 95.7 The Game, Joe Shasky. I've streamed with him a few times, and he was saying he thinks the Giants are going to be a lot better this season. So it's not saying much. They're pretty bad last year. But, hopefully it's true. Hopefully they're worth watching this season. That's all I ask. Exactly, Mike. Niners are not, and hopefully they just beat the Dodgers a few times. That's kind of all I need.
Stacked.
Yeah, it is. What do you think of the whole Shohei Ohtani?
Listen, I don't know. This dude is so private about everything he does. He literally called the Dodgers a minute before it was about to be the deadline and said, okay.
Wow.
A minute before. Nobody even on the Angels or the Dodgers knew he even had a girlfriend. They found out all of a sudden he was getting married. This dude keeps his life so private, it's ridiculous. I almost feel like he might have not had nothing to do with it. This dude might have just been doing some crazy shit. And again, the dude doesn't know all the logistics of it all, and he just says, hey, you handle this, and I'm just going to go play and enjoy my damn life. So I don't know. But all I do know is Pete Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame as a player. Not a manager, a player.
Absolutely. He was all time. Not all time, but he was definitely great and deserves it for sure. Niners are not one of the 12 with no Super Ones or appearances. Food for thought. Yeah. Brian Culp says, Ted, keep Mike. But every other show should be a Ted call show. Call Ted show. I did some call-in shows this offseason, and Bryant came on a few times. So did Will. Was it Will Culp? What is it? I'm blanking on his name all of a sudden. But there was another Culp who came on too. Kenny Culp. Not Will. And Carcass came on, and Rochelle came on. It's a lot of people come on. It was a lot of fun.
I think I'm about to do one of those myself. Just one of the days, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday or whatever. I'm going to just call in show and just maybe have me and one of my co-hosts and just, all right, we're just going to be bringing people on. Just bring people on and let them talk.
Do it. Yeah, try it. It's fun for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely I like having co-hosts personally. I like having people to chat with, but I guess as long as people jump in quick on a call in, then it is like having a co-host. So that's
Yeah.
fun, and it keeps it lively, mix it up, get to stream with new people, which is always fun. I definitely got in a rut when I had 5 regular weekly shows: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I was doing Behind Enemy Lines, and then I wasn't really cross pollinating with a lot of Niners content creators besides the ones my regulars. So I'll try and maybe I'll try one tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. The Browns screwed themselves, gave me the contract to Deshaun, stopped me when telling lies. 12 games played total since he came to Cleveland.
Listen, 100%. I agree that this whole thing was a crazy mess, but since it's happened, I have to move past it happening and understand I got to look at what he's done lately. And he showed some spurts of what we want to see. Now, if he comes into this season, gets injured, and he doesn't play this whole season, it'll go down as probably the worst thing that's ever happened. And one of the worst things ever, one of the worst contracts ever. But I'm still holding out hope that he comes in this season and rolls right through it. Because if he does, that this Browns team is going to be in the Super Bowl. Defense back together. If Deshaun's playing at a level that he needs to play at, Chubb, we're going to find out where his range is because he just started running. So this is about to tell us in the next couple of weeks whether he'll be there at the start or how many weeks in we have to wait.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, fingers crossed for you and Browns fans that Deshaun can live up to that massive contract for sure. Bryant says Mike Fax get Pete in. Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Bryant is banging his drum on this. Definitely keep Mike. This is a solid. Remember, it was Bryant Culp who first suggested that we do it together too. So he might be a little biased. Maybe. He also said tons of people want to collaborate with Ted. Yeah, like I got people calling and DMing all the time. I'm like, no, gotta keep it elite. So no, I'm just kidding. JC Latham or Troy Fuatana. Is Troy Fuatana the one from Washington?
Yes.
From Oregon State.
No, he might be the one from Oregon State, actually.
Yeah, I've heard good things about him. Carl Culp. Is that like Carl the gardener from Caddyshack?
Got all the Culps.
That was the Bill Murray character. About 250 yards. He could be. He's about 9. It's in the hole. It's in the hole.
In the hole.
In the hole. Someday we need to get on each other's show. Yeah, absolutely. With DM me, Jason. Let's figure out some times. I mean, I'm mostly weekdays, 8:30 to 5 Pacific. So if that works for you, let me know. But absolutely, we should. Because you've been on when we've done call-ins, but you never jumped in. So feel free anytime, Jason. We'd love to. There you go. Yeah. And you need to do. There we go. So we're getting. Ryan Culp said so.
Yeah. Lining up. He's your publicist.
It's the word. Thou shalt be. I know we're going to try and keep it to an hour, so we're a little over an hour here. Anything burning desires? Anything you wanted to cover that we missed? Feeling pretty good about things?
Yeah, we do. I think we did pretty good. I think everything's good.
Right on, right on. Well, then I will just say peace and go Niners.